Ladies and gentlemen, good day, good morning, good evening. Welcome to round 6 of PowerF1 Season 6. Nice double name. Tonight we are the Belgium GP, one of the most iconic tracks known to mankind, maybe even the most iconic, or right behind Le Mans. Anyways, I don't know if you have heard it already, but we are already loading into the lobby. While we are waiting for everyone to load in, let me show you the standings. As it stands, we have JTK leading the championship by 2 points from Persegili, and another 3 points by Tixi, and James another 7 points right behind. We still have a title fight of everyone can do it, even though this is already the halfway mark. As we only need 2 more people to load into the game, let's talk about the predictions. Will we have rain? Will it be dry? 16 or 17 drivers, I believe. Full qualifying is confirmed. And it's gonna be really interesting. Into the game we go. You can see we are just about to load in. Hopefully the sound is working fine. And the sound is indeed working fine. 16 drivers. Currently sunny conditions, only the slightest of clouds, but that is totally fine. Dry racing is also one of the good ones. Especially seeing the cars going full throttle to our Rouge is just a blitz. Who's the first one to come out? And looking into the Pro Tier chat, we have It's Raining All Race set by Jan, the McLaren. See, someone has driven out already. Let's get all the data enabled. We have an AlphaTauri out at the moment. It's the reserve driver Dan Boom. Dan. Let's call him Boom, okay? Has a nice ring to it, you know? Currently the only one. Nobody is running out just yet. As I see, I believe an Alpine coming out now. Isn't it Alpine? It is, the Alpine of Tinus. And behind, I believe a Williams? Yes, the Williams of TC Gaming. Very much indeed, Sander. We have... Wait. Dry starts, rain later on. Okay. Well, the qualifying is dry, as it stands. At least Q1. The race, apparently a lot of rain. If it's not starting with rain, that means the first pit stop will be changing the tires, as we have the first one to start the hot lap. One of the longest races of the calendar. As we obviously have purple per sector. The downhill right-hander where it can lock up really easily if you're just a little bit too late. Sector 2 finish with a 115. That's at some places not even the whole lap. I mean, like, the other way around. At some places still is a lap and a bit. Around the final chicane, onto the main straight. Careful on the throttle. Benchmark is 144.3 per provisional pole. Next up is Mr. Timus, I believe, who is about to finish Sector 2 now. As we have a yellow in Sector 3. Building some distance to not invalidate each other. 115.9, the second sector. As we hear the engine revving quite high, I believe that's a low downforce setup then. Around the final chicane, careful to not lock up and go straight on. 144.5, P2 at the moment. Next up, it's not magnetic. It's not gonna be. But it's TC, who is setting a new benchmark, provisional pole with a 142.8. And don't forget, it's only Q1, and only one driver is gonna sit out Q2 and Q3. Jumping on board with Gamma Beam. And right behind him on track is his teammate Roy on an outlap. Who is now arriving at the final chicane. One tight right-hander, one tight left-hander. Early but not too early on the throttle. DRS open. 142 flat. The new provisional pole and benchmark for the time being. Further back is Magnetic now crossing the line. P3 at 143.9. His teammate also on a lap currently. JTK. As I believe Niven is the next one to finish a lap. As he uses even the slightest bit of slipstream for a 1 km/h difference. Once again the final chicane, right, left, hard on the throttle, DRS open, crossing the line. P3 143.696. Next up, I believe, could be JTK. Oh yeah. 141.7, that's a new provisional pole for the time being. How I missed that, I don't know. Next should be the Aston Martin of Roy. Except Magnetic is doing another push lap. Which does seem like it. Let's see if he can improve his time of 144.9, 43.9, sorry. He does not improve. Down here to Roy, who is now crossing the line 142.4. That is P3, right behind his teammate. Next on the track is the Mercedes, both of them currently on an outlap. After them are the two McLarens. In this case, Tixi, who is on a hot lap, and Jan on an outlap. Tixie, we know he is fast, he is the winner of last season, and he is showing his pace. 141.6 provisional pole. Letting everyone behind through. And already fighting with a Red Bull. Somewhat familiar if you ask me. Watching James Taylor now. Who's in the middle of the second sector. The right downhill. Left downhill. Yes, Lars, we have a full qualifying. One is getting kicked out in Q1, then it's 5, and then we have a full grid. James Taylor crossing the line, 142 flats, that is P4. And Gamma B already retired, said he has done enough, he is sure to not drop out. Watching Yana, 141.7. Now we have a McLaren 1-2. He is 3 thousandths quicker than JTK. Further back we have Rocco just passing the McLaren, starting a lap. Already up on our Rouge is Rickety. And the fastest lap of Persegili, 141.6. Currently the top 3, no, the top 4 even, all really close to snag the pole at any time. As we have a purple second sector by Rickety at the moment, who had his first ever win in our league on Belgium, so we have to look out for him. Now, coming to the final chicane. Easy going. DRS wide open. Crossing the line. P9 142.7. His teammates 142.2, P7. Both Red Bulls seem to have the pace for Q3, as JTK now retired, and I just realized, where's the sun? The sun has disappeared and it's getting darker and darker, just like 2 weeks ago. One who still hasn't driven out yet is Ozzy in the Alfa Romeo. We have 4 minutes 20 left on the clock. If he's not going to drive, he will start last and miss out Q2. As we see the Mercedes guys double stacking. James has also now retired. those three currently thinking, yep, I have done enough. Those four, I mean. Roy did the same now. Yes, we are still waiting for Ozzy to go out on a lap. Talking about someone coming out. That's not Ozzy, but an Alpine. Of Tinus, I believe. But no sign of Ozzy still. Dixie has also now retired. There's a Red Bull coming in. Everyone but Riggity, Miven, Tinus, and Magnetic on the track. Riggity just came into the pits. And there's the other Red Bull. Rocco now also retired. Oh, that was Rocco who came in before, whoops. Persegini now also retired. Two minutes, Ozzy's time is running out. If he's not going to do anything, that will be Q1. Now that I saw it, everyone was on softs. Okay. We see Rickety coming out again. Is he on soft tires? He is. But on the used ones. As further on the back, someone else is coming out. I believe it was TC. No, it's Dante Boom. And that is rain. Oh, there are droplets. We have rain the rest. Seems like Q2 will have inters instead of softs. Meaning more softs for the race. So the race is also rain, so what will it be? Rickety letting the other car pass. Five, four, three, two, and 1. That is Q1 completed. Out of Q1 is only Ozzy, because he has not set a lap time. won the Belgian Grand Prix 6 times. Current fastest lap, and probably will stay fastest lap 1:41.635. 0.012 away from Tixie. A total of 0.129 of JTK 0.132 behind. Ongoing with the 0.4, 0.681 seconds. And Shadow actually putting in a lap with the mediums. As we now have definitely completely dry conditions with sun and stuff. Meaning definitely Inters now. Hey, don't even need to look. Bingo! Who is the first one to dare en rouge with full throttle? We will find out as we see McLaren, Alpine, and something further in the back, I believe the Williams coming out. As we have both AlphaTauris, who is now, what was it? Yep, do that. Now, are people ready to dare going into Q3 with a broken car or not? The big question. The more you dare, the more you gain, and the more likely you will crash. $30 minutes, 30 seconds left. A rather short qualifying Q2. At best, 2 shots with refueling. So, at least one of the runs needs to be perfect. As we have a huge train going on, and the Ferrari of Miven being completely alone, and needs to let everyone pass, which might give him some struggle on the get-go. The first one to do the hot lap, is Shadow. Let's see how he will do. The track is currently completely covered in rain. Careful on Eau Rouge. Starting to make a somewhat dry line for the Inters to work the best. He almost invalidates. Luckily he didn't. Also sketchy part here in Sector 2. Fast downhill left-hander, where you can lose the car so easily. Which has happened quite a lot in the past, obviously, but so far no one. No setup changes can be made because of Park Ferme and Q1. As we have Shadow as the first one to cross the line, setting the intermediate benchmark of a 152.4, Jan a 151.5. Behind him, the teammate of Shadow, 153.7. And now too many numbers at the same time. JTK at 151.1. Roy 151.5. Tynus 154.2. And TC 152.5. Having the next wave coming up. Jumping onto there. Invalidation. Then we have not that Mercedes, but we will still stick with him. Persegili 152.4. Aston Martin. Gamma B has invalidated Red Bull. Rocco 151.6. The other Red Bull. I am legally blind. Rickety 152.3. He's happy. And James 151.5. 566. Now JTK being on provisional pole. As we have the first spin of the day in Sector 2. I just have mentioned that. We have Shadow, who did not bin it into the wall, but saved it. Otherwise he would have repairs that would have cost too much time. Watching Never Know, who is the next one. Flying down the last straight before the chicane, before the finish line. As he is crossing the line. P10 with a 152.5, danger zone. As we have an invalidated lap by Jan, behind him TXC, who did not invalidate, putting in a pole position, 159, provisional. Many people coming in, as it seems. That does not count for TC, I believe. He is not improving. Further back is Aston Martin of Gamma B, I believe. Very much indeed. He has invalidated before. Sliding into the finish straight, putting in a P3 with a 151.3. I believe both Red Bulls are coming in. No, Rickety is still driving. Improving by 0.4. Still P9. As we have one Mercedes coming in, Mivan retiring. The other Mercedes going for another lap. Charged up his battery. Let's watch it. As we see him sliding left and right. Going wide in the second sector. Understeering. He is on the limit of human and machine. Trying his best not to invalidate again. Trying to find the sweet 0.5 seconds to improve to a provisional pole. And guys, I believe he can do it easily. As we have Magnetic disqualified from the session. And Persegili invalidating. Drifting into the pit lane. showing off, obviously. Going to not this avatar, but this one on an outlet currently. Yeah, the only one on a map, but invalidated. Five minutes left on the clock. Shadow in the danger zone. TC, Boo, Tinus out of Q2 as it stands. As he invalidated on Rouge. TC coming out of the pits, sorry. Tinus now starting his second run. Trying to come out of coming into the top 10. Being really careful on our Rouge, not to make the car unsettle and spin out. Currently improving by 0.3 seconds, which is pretty good, because he does not need that much to get out. Alright, I get it. And I believe it has stopped raining. It has stopped raining. Again. That means the track will dry out little by little. And whoever's the last one to go out will be the one with the biggest time gain. As we see him smashing an airport. Understeering into the chicane. Crossing the line. Good enough for P14 as it stands. Will the other drivers still come out? Or will they say, I have done enough? Really in danger currently are Rackety, Shadow, TC, and Rocco. As we were talking about it, I see a lot of drivers coming out now. One of them, Gamma B, being the first one of the last runners. Then there are both McLarens. The last Red Bull. Mervyn retired. Will Roy come out as well? Or will he still wait? As there's probably... What in the heck did I just witness? Gamma being casually crossing a few corners. As we have a Haas to see him have spun JTK. He should be fine to cross the line before the end of the timer to start his final run. And we have DRS enabled. And that counts for everyone who will cross the line still. Roy is the last one to start. Let's see if he can make it in the last 40 seconds through Sector 2 and 3 together. As we see, the DRS is indeed open by Gamma B. Right behind him is Rocco. As we see, he is not going that slow anymore. The speed can be increased. Do we have any soft or medium runners? And that answers our question pretty good. So we have a purple first sector. We have to look. Is Rock on the inters? Yes. As is Gamma B. We have to look for someone who is on softs, I believe. James. He does have purple, meaning the softs are equal with the inters at the moment. And we see the track seem to have dried out a fair bit. Let's stick with James for the time being. As Rickety and Roy did not make it with the time remaining, meaning Rickety is in absolute danger as it stands. As we have a spin in Sector 3, I believe. And the track somehow completely dry already. That was a matter of 1 minute. Gamma B 148, 48, Jesus Christ. 48.48. Rocco P2, 49.0. James with the softs, crossing the line. 47.3, meaning the soft runners will have the advantage. As we have Tixie P2, Persegili P2. A lot of changes. Rickety P11 now. And that is qualifying. Q2 out are Magnetic, who got disqualified for blocking the pit lane according to the game. Tinus, Niven, who retired early. Boom, Rickety. Hello, Reese. Welcome to PowerF1 Season 6. Belgium GP Round 6. James with the fastest lap. 47.3 with changing conditions. Like I already said, Rickety, Boom, Niven, Tinus, Magnetic out of Q2. Roy, TC, JTK, Rocco, Yaran, Gamma B, Shadow, Tixie, Persegili, and James Taylor going into Q3. Who will take pole? Do we have rain, mixed conditions? What will Q3 look like? And, surprise, surprise, we see the sun again. 12 minutes to run if you're quick. To run, sorry.
Spa was absent from the F1 calendar during the 2003 season, this time due to tobacco laws which prevented several teams entering due to their current sponsorship clauses.
I see an Aston Martin coming out already. It is Gamma B. And there's the cam swap. I might just get another glass of Coke. As we're watching on outlap, Gamma B. Now the question is, who's on used tires? Does it even say something? Absolutely not. God, the lap is so long. I forgot En Rouge was one of the longest tracks on the calendar. I believe even the longest one. Oh, Rickety. Why did you do this? Too much fuel. Still, P11, you're close to the points from the get-go. And we're watching Gamma B starting his outlap now, on completely dry conditions again, with a bit of sun to warm up the track again. One of the rare great angles by the F1 game, we saw En Rouge going up. The Red Bull letting Gamma B pass. Obviously we have a purple's third sector. And I believe by now the new Red Bull livery has been officially released. We can look into it right before the race starts. I will just open tab right quick. As there's actually still nothing yet. Back into the game. As I believe the first one now is TC, who has validated and goes in again. Meaning Gamma B will put in the first time, which is a 142 flat. Right behind him is Shadow, who puts in a 142-1. Behind him is JTK, who puts in a 141-4 provisional pole. Behind him is Rocco, who is starting a hot lap. And behind him is James, who puts in a 1 minute 42.699. Currently the slowest, surprisingly. Behind him is Roy, who just put himself into P2 with a 141.8. And a bit of locking up while we are at it. The that's the Red Bull. The McLaren of Ya, crossing the line with a provisional pole time of 141.3. His teammate Tixie, braking. DRS open. 141.401. Time not found. P2. Currently provisional front row lockout by the McLarens. As we have Pasagili with a 141.4. Not able to go between those two. Watching Gamma B as he has a invalidated lap. Going into the pits. Drifting into the pits, I'm sorry. the JTK next one, who seemed to be on a hot lap. Yes, he is. As is the McLaren behind, and he was not on hot lap. McLaren. How am I confusing McLaren with Red Bull? 141.6, P5, Rocco. Rocco is in great shape today. Next up is the Mercedes of James, who's going into the pits. Then is Pedro going into the pits. And we have Roy. Who's also going into the pits. The McLaren duo, this time correctly, with a pretty high chance they will also go into the pits. Who lets his teammates pass, who has been validated. Who is going into the pits. There we have Jan, who is going into the pits. Then there's Persigili, who is going into the pits. Ah, this is unreal. Let's see, is Rocco going into the pits as well? Yes, he is. Great. Gonna be being on a really slow lap. He can make 2 runs in a row if he invalidates the first one early on. The second, he can again charge up his battery and directly put in another. Yes, put in another one. As he's heating up brake tires. And starting his possibly final run. With a little wiggle. As we have everyone on an outlap. The AlphaTauri possibly being in the way. Dirtier can be really dirty. I believe that is gonna be helping even with the slipstream. Purple first sector improving by 0.18. Having rather much traffic right in front of him. We see a McLaren and a Haas, as we have both of them letting him pass. On the limit of himself and the machine. Can he snatch provisional pole? Or possibly pole position? As there's even more traffic by his teammates, who will most likely give him slipstream now, currently improving by almost 0.5. And his teammate is giving him slipstream, so that was a calculated move. As he was right on the gearbox on the final straight. The final corner. What is he going to do? It's a 1 minute 41.3. He can still do another lap. 0.66 improvement. As we have Tixie next up, currently improving by 0.3 even. Impressive work by him. And we have a 1:49, the first 40 time. Next up is the Williams of TC Gaming. Normal laps can be done. I believe Tixie does not have enough battery to do another one, just as Gamma B. Talking about enough fuel, there is someone who's out of the line, and it's Aston Martin. And I can confirm it's not Roy. Back to TC we go. Who is now coming to the final chicane. The final corner. The final DRS zone. And the final time of 1:42.4. Behind him, the Red Bull of Rocco, who has invalidated. So he will stay at 1:41.65. Next up, Gamma B's teammate Roy, who helped him out before, who does not get help as it stands. Opening the DRS, crossing the line with a 1 minute 41.4, currently P6. Behind him, Shadow P7, 1:41.64. Then we have Jan, 1:41 flat, who seem to have improved. JTK into the pits. Then we have Gamma B glitching around, being P3 with a 1:41.3, right behind the McLarens. And the last one, who is definitely not on a hot lap, Pixie. We have a McLaren front row lockup. Gamma B, P3, being in front of Perseguili, JTK and his teammate, having a little sandwich there. Shader Rocco, TC Gaming, and James finishing the top 10.
1939 saw the birth of the Radion section of the track. However, World War II would ensure Radion would not see action again until the 1946 season.
And as per usual, a bit of here and there in the group chats. There we have the gaps. 0.07, 0.35, 0.42, 0.48, 0.48 again. 0.65, 0.66, 1.4, 1.7. Our top 10. How ironic, I right now have the McLaren Lego set right next to me. And while this is setting up now, we can look once again into the standings. Gamma B, who is currently on 8th position, has a good chance of gaining a lot of points and coming back into the championship battle. He is only 23 points behind JTK. And literally everything can happen today. Back into the game we go, as everyone is setting up the finalizations. It's supposed to be dry start with a wet change. Let's see when it happens. It should be rather early on, but as we have sunny conditions, we will see about that. As we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red line. And the engines are on their limit into the first corner. We have a great start of F1. And Tixi in front. Jan and Gamma B already fighting next to each other. There has, with the Mercedes fighting as well. Gamma B and Jan still next to each other. And Jan has to give up the place for Gamma B. But he is going for the move again. As Gamma B is actually overtaking Tixi's brother. Gamma B has a wonderful start. As Jan slightly touches teammates. A slight touch with the Mercedes making him slide a bit. Losing out, but still not really. He's keeping it cool with the medium tires. Talking about the tires. We have hards and mediums. Jan with the medium. Yep. And James being in 13th place now. Overtaken by times with the soft tires and Ollie as well with the softs. And Jan slowly but surely recovering. As he is hunting down Persegili with the better tire. As we see the Ferrari further in the back, having a yellow, who just left the session. Maybe of connectivity issues, we don't know. We hope he will come back. As he just said that his PC just decided to reboot. That sounds like Windows. As we have further back, a few bells going on with the Red Bulls. As we have a great angle on Rouge. With TC and Rickety fighting as well. As we see Roy making a move as well on Rocco, who did not come out in front just yet. Shadow and Rickety fighting. Rickety now being in front, and TC making a move. And Shadow's teammate Boom now also overtaking him. As we see on the front something happening, we see Jan and Persegili. Jan trying to make a move, which did not work out just yet. As we see JTK looking for a move, not close enough just yet. And Galabi and Tixi pulling away now. A lot of stuff that's happening at the same time. Imagine the cars passing with the B10s again. That would be freaking great. Back to Rickety we go. Who seem to have made up some distance between him and TC. Closing into Roy again. As we have Rickety having also the fastest lap now. And a bit of lag. I hope nothing serious. And the first one in the pits, Aussie. As we are getting actually great angles and Tixi being in front of Gamma B again. How did I miss that again? as we still have a rather close pack in the front. And possibly something happening further in the rear, as we have magnetic retirement and a safety car. That would be great for Tynus at the moment, as he could change up his soft tires. As we see the house coming in. And Gamma B as well, interestingly. We have Gamma B, JTK, Roy, and James coming into the pits. Putting in... what tires are they gonna put on? We have JTK on the mediums now. We also have Gamma B on the mediums. As is James. As we have Pedal retiring. He stood on the bottom of our Rouge. I wonder what happened there. As the pack is now one by one coming to the safety car. Position changes. We have no change for TXC, Persnagili +2, Jan -1. The Red Bull duo increasing by 4 and 6, PC by 3, Boom by 5, Tynus by 6, Gamma B, JDK, Roy having pitted -6, -5, -5, -2. Aussie from last going up 3 places, Miven -1. So far, no penalties. It has been 4 laps, 3 laps of racing. Oh yes, sorry, I hate the fact that it's always turned off with the session starts here. Thank you, Lars. The safety car is not coming in? It is not. We have one more lap of the safety car, and then we are back to racing. As we have TT coming into the pits. Is he swapping to mediums? Yes, he is. And the front wing. So he is sacrificing track position for the front wing. For the safety car restart, but now he has to get back to them. As we see the ghosted car of Millen as he is restarting his PC, or his PC just died, we don't know. Back to the front we go. Tixie using a well-known trick as he is slowing down, being on the ref limiter in second gear, 150 kilometers per hour. That second gear 150, that's actually mad impressive. It's F1 car, so what do I expect here? As we have hard, medium, medium, and another medium, and another medium, then we have a soft, I think, Tinus, who should have the highest tire degradation as it stands. And Tixie is going. Jan napped a bit as the Rickety slightly. We are back to racing conditions. As we have a slight snap by Tixie. The Red Bull duo being close to each other. And me not getting any good angles as we have Gamma B and Boom fighting. And now JTK coming in and Boom being dropped out. As Gamma B goes down the inside of Tinus. And that is a spin of Tinus. Maybe off contact, I don't know as it stands. But it seemed like it. Further back, there's even some server issues, and James being right on the gearbox of Roy. Persigili being in front now. I missed that once again, however I did this. As we have another purple from Boom, I believe. James looking on the outside of Roy there. Showing that he is gonna overtake him at some point. And that point is right now. Side by side on the long straight in the third sector. Roy being on the gearbox and Boom retiring as we have another safety car. There are all the drivers forming up for the grid for the start. No, not really. But it really seemed like it, as we have Roy in the pits. And I believe Tinus is coming in as well. Where's the safety car, is it? Oh, it wasn't out yet. Yeah, it is letting all the cars pass. As we can see here, I believe. Watch out, safety. Oh, Jesus Christ. I just was about to say it. Watch out, safety car on track. As the safety car almost crashed someone out. That was an interesting left and right. And good to know that the safety car just doesn't care if there's someone. As the position changes just go up and down everywhere. And Roy already having 2 stops. The top 5 still did not. But the top 2 being on hards, meaning they can drag longer than the other 3 medium runners. Are the top 5 coming in? Persigini baiting it, Tixi coming in, Rocco and Yan coming in. They are stacking. Are they shooting themselves into the leg or not? New mediums. And we have hearts for Yan. And away they go. Yes, we have also James further back in, who is now also on mediums. Back to the safety car. Here we go. We have the top 3 being the only ones not yet. What is happening? The top 3 being the only ones not to have pitted yet, as is the AI of Mivin. Boom has left the session. Both AlphaTauris out currently. And hopefully the safety car is already in this lap. But since it's the first real safety car lap, well, I don't really know. Would be nice if. Into Sector 3 we go now. We do have safety car in this lap, meaning everyone has to slow down. Persigili is leading, and he is deciding when to go once the safety car is in. The top 3 still being on the oldest tires, and someone weaving like crazy further back. The anti-Kimi. As we have Rocco like saying hello before he's going again. As I say it, he is going again. My timing is really freaking beautiful. Back to racing we go. James has dropped down. As we have already a gap formed. And a lot of fighting. And Gamma B saying hello to Rickety. Into En Rouge side by side. He has made the move stick before that. As remember when I say rain is coming? Look at the darkness of the clouds coming in. Gamma B now overtaking Rocco as well, saying, hello Persigili, I'm back. Talking about I'm back, he is back on track, side by side they go. In second sector, Gamma B behind Persigili again. Waiting to make a move as he has the freshest tires of the front runners. As JTK is also saying hello now, meaning the old tires of Ricky and Rocco are now showing, as are Persigili's, because he got overtaken by Gamma B. He's showing great pace currently. And that while being super aggressive, as is JTK, who is sliding, almost losing it, keeping it steady, and careful not to spin out and cause a horrific collision. The second gap is formed. DRS is no issue anymore for him. As we're looking further down, Red Bull dropping down to P4 and 5 again. Watching Tixi now, who is still dangerous as he has even newer tires, looking and almost dive bombing Mr. Ricky on the inside, making a switchback still. absolute aggression. And he just saw a gap. A dangerous one. No harm done, I believe. Still, it was a somewhat dangerous move. As we see him closing in to Rocco now. That's not the angle I wanted. Going for the inside. Side by side they are. As I still don't get any good angles. Making a move right before the turn. Next up, Persigili. As we have the first time penalty and a purple. And the yellow's second sector, which cleared up fairly quick. Persigili being somewhat in the way of Tixi at the moment. Because of the older tires and the different compound. Tixi on the outside, Persigili not backing down, late braking, now on the inside, making the move stick. Next one, JTK, his current rival. And Gabi, who is showing great pace. He is in the 1 sec currently. As I believe PC is about to make a move. Looking for the outside. Not able to do anything just yet. But Aussie is sliding a bit of contact. DRS enabled for this lap. Probably not for long, as we have Jan saying hello there. A bit of contact. A lot of aggression from everyone currently. Is it the nature of Spa? We don't know. But this is giving great action. As Jan is now closing in really fast, with DRS wide open. 3 wide currently. Side by side, and the first droplets are coming. That was really quick brain. And Jan is in front. As we see Tixi overtaking JTK now. And Rickety and Rocco still winning out. Yeah, Rickety and Rocco did win by not pitting at all. And it's about time for the intermediates. Maybe it could be this lap, but it could be next lap. It's really hard to find out. If the rain intensifies, you can make up all the time you have lost before. Because the dry runners can do anything. As we see JTK having no ERS whatsoever left. And Tixi on the hunt. Are they pitting? They are not pitting. I say next lap. Is anyone in the pits? No. Tixi being right on the diffuser. Is he making a move before En Rouge? No, we have a DRS coming up. That's when he is making the rather easy move, because the DRS is just way too powerful. With overtake. And he is in front. As James just overtook Rickety. And Tyne is overtaking Aussie. Tixi being P1 and already having a gap of over half a second. As the rain is not really intensifying currently. And Persigili is still sticking with his old tires. As we see further back, I believe it's Jan. He is still on the hunt, overtaking Rocco now. As the rain is slowly but surely getting more, as we have the first one to pit, it's Mr. Persigili. Are his inters already ready? What a stupid question, of course they are. Mercedes crew always being ready, Rocco also coming in. Now, the big question. Are the inters better already? If they are, this pit stop was crucial, since Persigili is also looking for the win. Back to the front, we have JTK, who is still sticking fairly close to Gamma B currently. No big fights going on, but rather strategic calls. As JTK has still no ERS left. What are the times between Rocco and the dry runners? We will have a look on the delta. And it is it's decreasing, sorry. As we have a move. And Roy having wing damage. So it's not the tire difference, it's the wing. As Gamma B got a 5-second time penalty, which is crucial, as he was looking for the win. And his teammate also coming in now. Back in front is Tixi, still on a dry compound. As is JTK, as is James, as is Rickety, as is Jan, who is overtaking Rickety, making it look really easy with the DRS. Going on, we have Tinus on the dry, but the Gamma B on the wet already. As is Persigili, Rocco, PC, Audi, DI is hot, and Roy, who just came out. But Gamma B is still in front of Persigili, but not by that much anymore. It has been more before the tire change. Is Persigili able to make up the time? Because of the top 6 still needing to pit, those two will be out in front currently. As he's closing into time as Mr. Gamma B. And now that the track is fairly wet, it looks rather easy. Pixie now in the pits. As is James. JTK now in front. Our current championship leader, Rickety, in the pits. Jan staying out. Time is going in. Where is Tixi coming out? It is in front of Gamma B. And the DRS is still open, interestingly. Meaning that's the last big, like really big push for Gamma B now. Because he needs to overtake Tixi and make up over 5 seconds drifting around the corner with no ERS left. And Persegili is dropping. His teammate right behind him. Rocco and Rickety being both in the top 10 now. The teammates, as per usual, playing the team game. Back to Gamma V we go, who is losing time on 16. He seemed to have a rather high speed setup compared to Tixie's high downforce. JTK in the pits and Jan in the pits. The last two. Are the Red Bulls in front of JTK? They are not. But they are in front of Jan, who is still in front of TC. JTK being only 1 second behind James. And I possibly did not saw the DRS clothing, as no one is in the DRS range anyways, apart from the JTK. JTK now really close. And the DRS has been closed. For the better, because in those wet conditions you don't want that. Being really soft on the throttle. Still as hard as possible. And the AI of Niven now also in the pits. The Mercedes guys actually fighting, making JTK come even closer. Not able to make a move, but Persegili is drifting and JTK carefully going on the inside. Tyner's getting a 3-second time penalty. And JTK's next target, James, is right up. Gamma B is losing out on Tixie at the moment. And because of the 5-second time penalty, he could possibly lose out the podium. And yes, Lars, that slide off Persegili was really, really smooth. The car control was just on spot there. as the rainy conditions are not increasing nor decreasing, and Jan being really close to Rocco again. Talking about that, let's check in. Side by side tower, on route coming up in the wet conditions. Jan backing out for good measures, JTK overtaking James, but we have Jan overtaking Rocco. Next up for Jan is Rickety, who is a fair bit up ahead. Checking JTK, who made up some distance already. Closing into Gamma B now, possibly to Tixie as well. Let's go back to Jan, who already made up almost 2 seconds on Rocco, being 4 seconds behind Rickety. And Rocco getting also a time penalty. Meaning if TC can make up 5 seconds and a bit, he will have to place. .5 gap is to decrease to overtake Rickety and get back into P6. Jan really losing out from the start. Front row. Was it a strategy call? Possibly. Was it some circumstances he cannot control? Much likely. We won't know. But we will watch him recover. As we have third on the back. Bell of P10 even. Tinus, Aussie and Roy. Aussie being in the back. Roy in the middle, Tinus in front. Roy now making the move on the inside. And Aussie also going on the inside, 3 wide. That could go wrong. Did not go wrong. Roy coming out in front, Tinus losing down to P12. Aussie and Tinus are the ones having penalties. As we see Rickety closing into Persegili even, less than 1 second. Jan closing into Rickety, less than 4 seconds. Roy being currently quicker than Aussie and Tinus, already forming the gap. Let's jump to Rickety, who is only 1 second behind Persegili, who is only 1.5 seconds behind his teammate James. The gap between Gamma B and Tixie is still increasing, and the weather, it seemed to have gotten worse. And I really didn't realize it, but we have only 2 laps remaining. Rickety still could get top 5, as he is now less than 0.9, with no ERS whatsoever. And don't forget, the last lap has been always calm, but in a good way. Let's see what Belgium will bring us, being an iconic track as well. Persegili has a ton of ERS to defend from Rickety even, so he will not have any issues. And Rickety is trying his best to just keep up at the moment, as it seems he has a lower downforce setup compared to Persegili. As it stands, Gamma B will lose the 5 because of the 5 seconds down to P4, making JTK and James to the podium places. Crucial for JTK, since he is the championship leader. Less than 0.8 to Persegili is Brickety, which is increasing again. A bit of a slide, controlling it though. No changes in the rain, 2 laps to go. Brickety now has under 10% ERS left. That is obviously not enough to fight Persegili, who still has a bank of 80%. And JTK closing into Gamma B. Theoretically, Persegili needs to make up 1 second that he can be P4 and Gamma B P5. A little slide from Persegili once again. Once again, really smooth. And it did not cost him any time, as it seems. The penalties are the following: 5 seconds, 3 seconds, and not that many, considering Spa. Actually impressive. As we might have a last lap overtake by Mr. JTK on Gamma B. Gamma B is already under pressure. Even though he really don't needs to be. He cannot afford to lose time to possibly lose out on P4. If JTK is gonna make a move, I believe the best option is to let him go and to stick behind him until the end, because otherwise the time loss might be just that little bit too much. As we're closing in to the final chicane, Jan getting a 3-second time penalty, which does not really do anything, to be honest. As we see JTK making a last-minute move, Tixi winning. They are still not done. I cannot look at Tixi right now. I'm so sorry. And a little bit here and there. Meaning the time loss I have talked about. Gamma B is P5. The following order: Tixi, a well-deserved win with a good strategy call. JTK P2, still fighting for the championship. James and Persegili, the two Mercedes guys right behind. Gamma B, because of the penalty, P5. Rickety P6, a good recovery from qualifying. Jan P7. Sadly, not a good recovery as he had a really good start. as the game gives James Taylor the drive of the day. Because from P10 to P4, P3, sorry. And now the winner, Mr. Tixie, is going on to finishing position on top. Obviously shaking the hands with the good bro. McLaren being really happy. The good old champagne spraying. That cannot miss out. And the final standings. Tixie, JTK, James, Perseverely, Yama B, P5 because of a 5-second time penalty. Rickety, Yan, Rocco, PC Gaming, Roy finishing the top 10 and the points positions. Aussie Tinus, Miven, who will be disqualified as he was not able to race, at least 75%. His AI was racing. The reserve Jaraboom and Shadow, Magnetic, finishing the order. As I quickly go through the incidents, sadly not enough. Let's mute the game and see if we can get some interviews. Let's see. Is there anyone in the waiting for interview? No. And to be honest, I don't even know what to ask because that race was rather more strategy, which was nice to see. But on-track action is still preferred if you ask me. Which we also had, but on many laps it would have been really great. Anyways, let's see. Let's see if it takes it down. Yes, he is in the waiting for interview. Now he is in the com channel. Welcome to the com box.
Hello.
Congratulations to the win. I would say well-deserved one because you made a good strategy call. Making you...
By accident, but...
by accident even, oh god.
Yeah, when I beat it to mediums, Jeff said... first he said 10 minutes terrain. Then he said after 10 to 15 minutes. Then I thought, it's not even gonna rain. Then I boxed from mediums, asked again, and he says 5 minutes. I was like, oh no way, man. And well, those tires were really fast, so I flew past everyone. And
yeah, we caught that.
Cap.
We caught that. It was just like it was like they were driving F2. That's how it seemed like.
Yeah,
but
the grip was insane. Like,
yeah, you had
just made some cap and I had high wings, so in wet weather it was really like it was a fun day drive, to be honest. It was so easy to drive with those wings.
That's nice to hear. Interestingly, the one you had in front of you had all like not pitted until that point, which probably was why, because you could have just easily passed them.
Yeah, probably. Well,
and
Gamma had pitted earlier, but Persikeli was on old hard tires. He was really slow there.
Yeah, if you look into the standings, you were only 5 points away from JTK, who was first. You do not have the fastest lap, but if nothing changes from the FIA, you will be equal on points with JTK.
That's nice. Nice, exciting.
Very much indeed. We still have a championship battle, and not even uh, just a few, like, everyone could still get it, even though we are halfway through.
Yeah. Actually, I would be leading. The 3-point cap. Oh fuck! No, sorry. I was.
You... What?
No. Yeah, never mind.
Okay. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
Nice to have a good race after 3 very bad ones.
Exactly. And just one last thing. There's one... what was it called with Apple? There's one more thing or something? Anyways. You had a front row lockout with your teammates. But was it a strategy that killed your teammate or something else?
What did you say?
Your teammate dropped quite a fair bit in the end. Was it because of the strategy, because of the rain, or do you know something?
No, he hit his front wing on the pit entry and had to change it. He was 3 seconds behind JTK when they pitted for Inter, so he will possibly be on the podium without the damage.
That does explain a lot.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Yeah.
Was doing a really good qualifying.
Yeah, you had just casually had a front row lockout as if it was nothing, and you have shown it in Q1 already.
Yeah, but 3 tenths, that was pretty surprising.
Yep.
I know some guys messed up their laps, like Persekeli invalidate, I think. But yeah, looks good for us at McLaren.
Oh, that's for sure. You're right behind Mercedes, I believe. Maybe even equal. I cannot see it right now. But yeah. Anyways, enjoy the champagne. Maybe share a bit for the good qualifying result. And see you next week in Brazil, I believe.
Is it?
Is it Brazil? Hold on. Yeah, it is. Great track. We all love it.
I just had another league race there, so.
Oh. Well, then you're already prepared. Nice.
Yeah.
Well
It's
then.
gonna be at that one. Yeah,
See
thanks.
you around.
See you next week. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
With Dixie, who we have spoken, is Mr. JTK. The championship contender still there. Let's see. JTK does not want an interview, and that is totally fine. Meaning we jump to Mr. James, who is the first one. Alright, Mr. James wants an interview. Where's bro? Wait.
Oh, hello.
Oh, you're already in. Okay, never mind. Welcome to the Combox, once again. P3 in the end, because of a time penalty by Gamma D.
Yeah.
I already heard from Tixie that the rain came later than expected. Talk us through.
Yeah. Well, front wing damage at the start. Like 4 pit stops. Then nothing really exciting. Just have to be on the right tires at the right time, basically.
So basically, you nailed it in a nutshell.
Basically.
That's nice to hear.
I could have been a bit more pace on the wets, but the tire wear was just too much at the end.
The time wear was much. Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, well, I think Persigili had like 90% at the end.
9? What?
Yeah, on the Inter.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so it was
What?
a bit better to stay out and box later on the Inter.
So that's why some stayed out a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway,
where do you want to lose time, in the beginning or at the end? That's the question there.
Yeah.
But yeah, still, I think you qualified P10. That was a really good recovery back to the podium.
Yeah, I was last at one point.
Exactly that. Also, your teammate is like right behind you, so
Yep.
we can agree you have to share the champagne still.
Yeah, we will.
That's good.
Don't worry.
So, next week, Brazil. Are you looking forward to it?
Brazil.
Brazil,
Oh,
yes.
I love Brazil.
So we're gonna see some action from your side.
I hope so. I won last time. So.
Do you hope so, or do you want to show some action?
Well, I want to win.
So you want to show the action? All right, nice.
Yeah, I
Very
will win as
nice.
well. Telling you.
Oh, okay. We are having shots fired here. You will win.
Maybe not a good idea.
Oh, it's too late. It's already on stream. I will make a clip of that.
Oh god, okay.
The jokes aside. Well then, enjoy the champagne with your teammates. You guys did a good job. You were with your recovery, Percy with managing the tires at the end. And see you next week then.
Yeah, see you next week. Bye.
Bye. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are done for tonight. It was a exciting strategy race, I would say. A good bit of on-track action. And next up, Brazil, which is gonna be probably fire because Brazil always has shown great stuff. And you exactly know why. With that said, good night, have a good day, have a great evening, have a good morning. Whatever time you have, we will be back next week, or the week after, and the week after,